This is a review of psychic Matt Fraser when he appeared on the Kelly Clarkson Show in 2020. A link to the full video can be found in the description below. The Kelly Clarkson Show is filmed in front of a live audience, but is edited before being broadcast. For this review, we will be using the Barker grading system. A link to the definition of this system is provided in the description below. The Barker grading system is based on my opinion. A sound will play each time the psychic performer makes a statement or asks a question, and the score is updated. Matt Fraser claims to be one of America's top psychics. Fraser usually starts a reading by asking the question, "Your mum or dad has departed?" If it is a young person, he usually asks if their grandparent has passed. For example,
well, I gotta tell you, when I'm connecting with you, your grandmother's right here.
Grandmother. Okay, it might be I still have grandmother.
What are you getting from Jordan now?
So basically, I have a grandmother that's stepping forward. I'm not sure if it's grandmother or great-grandmother with you that's coming through with me. Here, people were passed on.
You were telling me right before we started that you asked me if I lost my father. I said no, but a father figure, and that person was...
Tried to connect. And first of all, your mom departed?
Fraser is pointing to an area of the audience, and someone responds. However, it can appear as if he has pointed directly at one person. This question is classed as being too broad because it appears that Fraser has asked people in the audience if their mum has passed. He has not made a statement.
Your mom's standing right next to you. Can I get up?
This is classed as repeating back because only after he has confirmed that the mother is dead does Fraser say that she is sitting next to her.
What?
Your mother's right here. The way that it works for me is that when I'm in a room or I'm in an area, all of your souls will try to come through and speak, and she was just standing next to you and saying, "That's my daughter, that's my daughter." So know it's your mom.
If a dead parent is standing behind the subject shouting out, "I'm the mother," or "I'm the father," why does Fraser have to ask if they have passed? Why doesn't he know who they are?
I feel as though, did your mom also pass? No. Because I have this woman that's here, like, that's throwing flowers at me. I feel like, does sunflowers mean anything to you?
No.
What if I'm with somebody else? So I keep hearing of, like, this way of just acknowledging that you're here and letting you know that she is okay. This was a woman who had suffered before her passing here in the physical world. Because what happens is, Kelly, is that they'll put me back in their body to show me what had gone on. And they'll stand next to you to show you that they're here. And she showed me she couldn't breathe before she had passed. Yes. She says,
Matt Fraser will say that a loved one could not breathe before passing. Maybe because when you die, you stop breathing.
And more importantly, when I'm speaking to him, I keep feeling like I can't breathe when I'm connecting with him. Because he shows me there was lung issues. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And he said to me, "I never wanted to." And she tells me that at the end she couldn't breathe. And she talks about that this was a man who had suffered before his crossing. Because he's telling me that, "I'm so sorry that you had to witness all that you did because you had witnessed so much." He's telling me that that before he had passed, like there was issues breathing, or that he was having issues, because he keeps telling me that he did.
Yes.
She says,
"Put on a ventilator."
I feel like I'm drowning when I'm connecting with her.
Yeah, she had a heart attack. I was in the emergency room. She was 62 years old.
Your mom says to me that, first of all, she wants to thank you for keeping a promise to her. She says, "You promised to her that you weren't going to leave her side because she was afraid." She says, "And you know that my daughter stayed with me all night long, and you laid on the side of her, and you laid with her, and your mom just wants to say, thank you so much for allowing my soul to go the other side."
Yeah.
Can I give you a hug? She also says, when I'm connecting with her, that you feel her all the time. Because she shows me that she's in the house with you, and like you talk with her, and your mom says, "I hear everything that you do." She says, "So thank you for laying with me, staying with me, and making my journey to the other side okay." She says, "Because I couldn't have done it without you." She says, "And thank you for respecting my wishes."
This was the end of her reading. Did you notice how dead people are always grateful?
Know that your dad is acknowledging that he's bringing that through. And he says to me, thank you for everything that you've done. And what the hell is loved someone before? He says, and I want to thank you for giving me that opportunity. He says, for giving me the love that you gave me and for allowing me, he says, to go to the other side, he says, and to pass, he says, with dignity and peace, because he's telling me that. But he tells me, he says, and he wants to thank you for the way that you all honor him and remember him. Because I don't want this. Do you understand this? He's thanking you so much for honoring his wishes when he was here. Because one of the things that he wants you to know is, like, as he's telling me, like, the two of you were very close here in this physical.
Based on the Barker grading system, out of 1 question and 23 statements, Fraser had none graded as being correct, which produces an average accuracy rating of 0.0%.
You're here, like, are you feeling anything now?
Yeah, it's crazy because when I look out into the audience, like, all I see and hear is dead people. Like, I feel like I'm connecting.
Oh my God, it's like the movie Sixth Sense.
Yet, Fraser did not tell the daughter anything specific. He either repeated back or made broad statements that the daughter would likely not want to challenge. Broad statements like, you kept your promise to her, you made her journey easier. He did not say the mother's name. He did not describe the mother he could see. And the daughter got no chance to respond or ask a question. This has been a review of Matt Fraser.